Hi everyone, it's the 28th of March. Now we have the red downtrend, right? We have the red downtrend on ES. You can see it is, it's this one, and it is back testing, almost back tested the green broken bull flag. It already filled the gap. So it's time to bounce really and break out of the red bull flag. This is a little bull flag, and if it can start to run, then we have a really big push towards 5,800. Even this red giant resistance can be broken if it can start to run from here, almost from here. So, and then I can also put maybe kind of an uptrend here. Look at this beauty. So it is a very, very nice level to start the next leg up. I'm going to put this in black. We can close this black little one that was broken. This is a giant uptrend. I mean, not so giant, but this is from the lows of March 13th. Now, if it is bouncing off the green and black, and that's why, and it will break out of the red, and we'll see a really good push starting from here, in my opinion. And on the SPX, it hasn't tested the green bottom band properly just yet, but I think it is coming as well. The gap was filled and then bounced off, then it came down again. If it can break this blue resistance, we're going to see another really big push. It may come down once again without breaking it. And the reason also is that the Dow Jones hasn't really filled the gap just yet. Very, very close to the gap fill, which I'm going to explain in a minute. So it may come down, test the green plus blue double support, and then push again. SPX cash buy signal would be around 56.54. 56.53, 56.54, somewhere there. It would be a double support and then a push to break out of the wedge. Dow Jones futures, it's approaching the gap fill right there, and it will test the golden potential support, and you can see the internals. So if it touches this golden bottom band, we should see another push coming. Either way, the blue failed bull flag has been broken back into, which is why it looks bullish. And Dow Jones cash, you can see the gap fill is coming, the blue bottom band. So if it touches the blue bottom band, fills the gap, and I'm still short, by the way, from the break of this red internal support at 42,500, and I want to close it. The remaining position, I would like to close at 42,200, right? That would be the gap fill. Sorry, 42,000, excuse me. Another 200 points down, touch the blue bottom band, fill the gap at 42,000, and then rally to break that golden resistance. It's not a channel yet, but this golden resistance, if it doesn't break, if it comes down, touches 42,000, and then rallies off that blue support, that would be an ideal level to start buying, because the gap would be filled, it would touch the blue bottom band, and then break that golden resistance. Nasdaq is now also, like you can see, yesterday it had already filled the gap, bounced, but then it kept on selling. It is now back testing the red broken bull flag, which is I think pretty good to start to run again. Okay, so if we put it on the 2-hourly, right, do we have a kind of an overhead resistance that needs breaking? Maybe, like if this blue one. So if it starts to run here, especially after Dow Jones fills the gap, then we rally and break and run again. But this golden broken resistance is back tested and hold here, which is a little bit alarming. But looking at the state of things at the moment, while it is kind of back testing this red, right? It's not the best precision on the bottom band, but yeah, it is bouncing off it, which is why I think Nasdaq can also run. It's also, you can see the blue bull flag was back tested here, but then it kind of penetrated back in, I can argue it is something like a resistance that was broken. So even so, the backtest didn't hold as precise as I would have liked it. But the purple bottom band is holding at the moment, which means this could become a really big uptrend to get to 20,500, all the way to that red broken supports backtest. Okay, 20,000, even 700, somewhere there. So a really big push may start right about here. Okay, so I'm going to remove that blue. Russell is very close to the red bottom band. If we see a touch today, then it may also start pushing. Okay, if we look also in terms of something like this, it's kind of breaking out, isn't it? But I can maybe something like this at the moment. So if it touches that and then rallies, that would be nice. So I'm going to put this in black, right? If this is a little bull flag here, pulls back, touches the red bottom band, and then rallies. FTSE is still good, and it may break this blue resistance right there. You can see on the 4-hourly, this blue resistance is about to break. And I think because it is already inside the golden uptrend, we will have more upside all the way to 9,000, as long as this black and golden supports are holding. German index is the one that worries me. It's not worrying, but it's looks like it may have a bit more downside, especially considering that this red internal support, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is getting tested too many times. So even if it bounces, then comes back, touches the purple plus blue double support, and then a really good push back to the previous all-time highs. The French index also is worrying because the black channel is broken. It is still on that, sitting on that green support. So if it touches or maybe comes down all the way to the red bottom band and then rallies, that would be nice. But we're not there yet. TLT had disappointed, obviously, the failure of the blue bull flag. Is it going to be able to reclaim it and then run? That is the big question. I don't see it happening just yet, but we'll see. The 10-year Treasury note is slightly bouncing. I don't know, like this support was broken, but it looks like it's fakey. And if it wants to come down, the purple bottom band is there for a potential support. Oil is, of course, pushing, and it has pushed back into the red bear flag, right? And it even back tested it. You can see, I think it's ready to run from here. And if it goes beyond 70.25, it will be much more bullish than current. 69.50 was my bullish signal, especially after bouncing off the purple, out of the green, out of the golden bear flag to the upside. And now it's inside the red bear flag. Very, very bullish. And Brent oil is also looking extremely good after bouncing off this golden support right there, right? Out of the red downtrend, out of the green bear flag to the upside, even back tested it. It is now pushing into the black major resistance. So that was a support, broken, back tested. This is where we shorted, remember? And it came down. We took about $5 here. That was a nice short. Also was a hedge against my US oil long. I'm still holding. I've been rolling over the oil longs. Now, if Brent oil can get to the blue top band and smash it, then there is so much more upside to that black resistance and then further higher. Gold, very, very, very critical levels here. It just touched. So you can see the triangle was broken, and that triangle break. It didn't touch the red bottom band. I was hoping it would test both of them and then rally, but which makes the red potential channel is a very young one. So it may come down, test the red bottom band, and keep on going, really. But what is critical here is the blue major resistance that just got tested. I've been pointing this out for quite some time as a target. And we just reached the target yesterday or today. and you can see it almost tested it. We can say it has tested it. What I'm trying to say is it is very critical what gold is going to do from here. Is it going to push through that purple and blue double resistance? You can see purple and blue, right? This is a double resistance, and if it wants to test it properly, it is at 3090 or so, just under it. Today, it has to do it right away without pulling too much. And then that is going to be extremely critical. Similarly, on the gold continuous futures, the blue top band actually got tested right there. You can see here, and that's why it is reversing. So very, very critical. It has to break that blue top band. This is a really nice uptrend, right? With so many touches on the bottom, 3 touches on the top. If it can break it to the upside, then it becomes a much, much more bullish thing, right? Much more bullish. It is already bullish, but is it going to start a really big pullback, or is it going to keep on pushing? That's the big question. This little blue resistance was broken. The golden bull flag was broken. I mentioned it, 3027 or 30, and it got all the way. So from 30 to 90, that's $60 with no pullback whatsoever. If you were playing the long game on gold, it has been quite phenomenal in terms of calls. Silver is also looking good. I closed another quarter of the position because it just got to, I mean, on the spot, it didn't touch the highs of October just yet, last October, which is why I think there is a bit more upside all the way to $35. But on the futures data, right? This is the futures, excuse me, daily chart. It tested the highs of October and even took out, got a little bit higher. Okay, that is futures data, of course, the continuous futures, which is expiring contracts. Either way, silver has been a really good trade. We had bought it at 32.80 and I closed. I'm keeping one quarter, the one last quarter. So I had closed half earlier and then closed a quarter this morning. I'm going to keep the one last quarter just in case it gets to the red top band and breaks it, just in case. Then it is going to become another animal because you can see the golden, so this is a long term, of course. That golden resistance held at the high of October. We pulled back. Now, if it can push that golden top band after breaking that red, this red one has to break, then the golden, then, only then, it can go to 40 plus, maybe even 50, maybe even 60. So because this internal resistance break would open the way for a run to the golden top band, which is $60, $70. Platinum has to break the red top band. We are not there yet. Obviously, it looks like it has coiled for a major breakout, but until it happens, we are not really going to do nothing. The green resistance needs breaking on the futures data, which is at 1050. Anything above 1050 on the futures would be a buy signal. And natural gas obviously had broken the purple, the red, and which is why I think there is a very good chance that now is going to revisit the blue support for the 5th time, which may break down. So it's going to be very critical there. And on the and it has switched to the May contract now. The April contract just expired, and the red bottom band is kind of broken. It's not the best precision here, but it looks like, well, I'm not really sure, quite honestly. It is more like this or something. On the May contract, it's not very clear, but what is clear here is this support, right, has been broken, or at least it is damaged. You can see here, right? It 1, 2, 3 was broken, back tested. This is another back test, and it even spiked down and damaged it. So if it drops again, anything below 3800 or 3750 on the May contract is going to be very, very bad for natural gas. Okay, and do we have an uptrend from these highs? Let's see. Yeah, it's not the best precision, I must say. Yeah, it's not. So this here is copper, and copper is backtesting the purple broken major resistance. And yesterday I said it is going to bounce off it here, but it hasn't. So is it going to be a gigantic fake? I would be very surprised if it is. Very surprised because it has been tested 4 times and this is a nice break. But yeah, I don't know. It hasn't really moved just yet. And you can see on the May contract, right? The golden channel is intact. The red top band held. So if it touches the golden bottom band, I think it will go rally to 550. Finally, palladium. I gave you the breakout at 970 and it touched 1000 today, almost 1000, and I think it is going to get to the green top band eventually. So this also looks good, but of course if it comes down and breaks the green bottom band, that is going to look very, very bad once again. Euro had bounced off the purple and it's out of the blue wedge, and I mean, this is disappointing because it hasn't really rallied. So it is going to test that purple bottom band once again. It is testing it. So if it holds, then probably we're going to see more upside. Pound sterling is also going sideways, hasn't done much, but if it touches the red, then we rally. US dollar, Japanese yen. It would be a nice short at 152.50. It is inside this red potential bear flag. And DXY, so if it, I mean, it is bouncing off the red bottom band, right? This is a bear flag. If it touches the red and then comes down to break it, yes, that is going to be very bearish again for US dollar. Aussie hasn't done much, so I'm going to be waiting for Aussie to break that green top band and the blue resistance. Otherwise, we may see it coming down, maybe golden, and then break down, come down to 6,200. Even that is possible. But the fact that the red bull flag is broken and backtested, it still is bullish. But we don't have the break of the green top band just yet. And Kiwi had just cleared the red bear flag, so it may come down to this golden support once again before maybe it will rally once again. So, but the real breakout, as I have been explaining, is the purple and blue resistance zone. Only after that, it can run to that golden major resistance rail. So that on the daily chart, it's much more visible, right? That daily chart is quite an interesting one. That golden resistance would be the target if it can clear this resistance zone. And US dollar CAD had broken the blue support, and it's back testing it. And I think there is still more downside all the way to 139. Let's have a look at coffee, which is bearish, of course, because the green, so the blue resistance rail held. The green bear flag was broken, which was, of course, a big warning. I've been telling you this. And the golden uptrend is broken, back tested, which means we may have a much deeper pullback from here, especially all the way to the blue bottom band right there. So this remains to be seen, but I'm not really touching coffee unless it goes beyond 400 once again. So if it can break that blue resistance, yes, that is going to look positive once again. But at the moment, is it a support here? I'm not sure. And on the May contract, the same. The golden uptrend is broken after the break of the green bear flag. It is also forcing this red support to break. It looks like it is broken, which is bearish. Wheat. I mean, I've been calling for short wheat for a very, very long time, especially after this fake. And I said the golden bottom band at 525 is the target. We touched the target. 525 is now there, but it looks like it may break it down. So it is at a very critical junction, because if this one breaks, it invalidates it as a bull flag, and it may sink very, very fast. And on the May contract, you can see that purple support is broken. After 4 touches, this is the 5th one, and it has broken. And I gave you the best bear signal at the break of the red support. And the golden downtrend was broken to the downside. This is selling market, right? This is a seller's market. And you can see the blue bottom band is the obvious target at 510. And soybeans here is bouncy. And is it going to get to the black top band and then come down? I'm not sure. Maybe there was some news action. Honestly, I don't know, but it failed to break this black support, unfortunately. So I'm still holding the short, but I don't like this sort of bounce. Obviously, it's not really nice. But maybe it will get to the black top band at 1027, and then from there it will sell. Corn, I've been also calling for a bear at the 500 mark green. Blue bear flag broken, red bear flag is now broken. Look at this. Again, one of the best calls out there for agricultures, to be honest. Red bull flag or red uptrend was broken. That was the initial bear signal for May contract. It got to the blue support, bounced. Now even this blue support is breaking down, which is why I think it's going to come down to 400, all the way to 400. Definitely below this one here. And cocoa is trying to, I don't know what it's trying to do. It's that blue and black resistance that is still holding. And the May contract is still inside this blue downtrend, which is why I think there is a little bit more downside before it can start to rally. And of course, sugar bearish signal was given. I gave you this one, bull flag. Once it failed, it turned bear. That's the back test, and it's coming down. And I think $18 is the target, which is that golden bottom band. And we have cotton, which is down inside the downtrend. So coins are not looking very good because Bitcoin just broke down this red support. 1, 2, 3, 4. It broke down. But not only that, the green bull flag is breaking to the downside, which is not good, to say the least. And is it going to backtest the blue support and then rally? Yeah, that's possible, right? It is possible. Or maybe it is forming a steeper bull flag, something like this. This could be another bull flag right there, but yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. It's the fact that it couldn't hold above the red support and it has broken the green bear flag. It tells me short term it is bearish and it is going to get to the backtest of the blue broken resistance. Ethereum was actually a much more bearish scenario here. It still is, because the red resistance is holding and the green downtrend is still intact. Okay, that's why Ethereum gave better signal on the bear side. ACH so far no real big push to the red resistance. Solana has backtested the green support but broke it down, so I'm going to remove that one from the picture. Only the green bottom band that really counts here, and it has to break that golden resistance and get to the blue top band. This is the only way. If it can break the golden resistance, that becomes a long signal. Zcash is still good because of the purple downtrend that is broken. Litecoin not good so far, because the bull flag, there is no attempt to the top of the bull flag. Monero has to break 250. Songbird, not much to say other than this golden giant downtrend. Polkadot off the red support. It hasn't broken the purple top band. That is the only way. Data out of the golden downtrend. It is now testing the red support once again. And of course, it had already bounced off the green support. But at the moment, there is no real push. I think if it goes beyond the previous highs, this one here at 20, after the decimal is 20, then we may start talking about an uptrend. And Coty couldn't break that purple resistance and the golden plus purple, which is why it's pulling back. But it may backtest the green and then rally to break that purple. and TIA not really doing this, and Binance, not sure, but Binance has to get to the blue top band and smash it. That is the only way. And Truecoin was looking good yesterday. We may get a backtest on the purple and then rally. SKL is down again. It may test the black support together with the green ultimately, and then maybe we may see some more upside. Aero is targeting the black bottom band, obviously. AVAX is inside the green downtrend. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, which is why it's coming down. A breakout is going to be a buy signal. Doji coin is still above that red support, but it hasn't really pushed and broken out of this golden and like blue and golden resistance zones. Chainlink, purple downtrend is there, and it's a bull flag, but we haven't really broken out. This is near, and it hasn't broken that purple top band. So that's, overall, all across the board, everything is red today. And Unicoin may backtest the red broken resistance and then rally. We'll see. But it's off the golden support together with the purple and blue. That's a triple support. And it has run a little bit. Now it has to start to run again through the purple top band. Chili's is out of the red downtrend, which is good. After the backtest, it may rally. So hopefully, fingers crossed, the backtest is going to hold. Aave, you can see it had broken the red resistance, but at the moment there is no push to break it. I can also argue that we have this red resistance, which is still not really broken. So we'll see. Ripple, as long as it stays above this blue support zone, that looks good. But if it breaks it, massive, it would be very bearish, clearly. And ADA, dangerously close to that black support. If it breaks that black support, then it may sink pretty hard. And it has to break out of the golden bull flag, get to the purple resistance, that internal resistance. That is the only way. CAS, of course, coming down from the backtest of that green broken support. And Tau not really doing much. That golden and green double resistance has held, which is why it is red today. Sandbox has to break the purple downtrend. And Mana, purple downtrend needs breaking. Shiba pushed against that green and purple, but failed to break out. Next one, maybe. And Dash, of course, it is inside the black downtrend. It needs a break. It needs to break 25, 26. And OM slightly I don't know if it's breaking that green major support. Very hard to say at the moment. And GRT, red downtrend, off the black, golden and red, and it has to break the red top band to start a run. RSR, as long as it stays above that black support, there is hope. And CKB is still, look at this. It really is fighting for life. That blue triple, like double resistance, golden and green. It's kind of like a massive cluster of resistance which couldn't be broken just yet. MDT still down, has to break that golden top band. PAL, not much. Ton coin, it looks positive actually. So the fact that it is inside the black failed bull flag is looking good. But yeah, we need a bit more evidence. And also it could be forming this. Okay, this green downtrend, which is, well, when it gets to the green top band, we'll see. And IOTA inside the blue downtrend, so it needs to break out. And Audio has to break that golden top band to run, but no push yet. And EOS, green downtrend, it needs breaking to the upside. FET had managed to break the blue resistance, but so far it hasn't really confirmed it with a rally. Let's put it that way. And FTM, yeah, it's inside the red. Hedera still above that blue support. As long as that is there, there is hope to push. And Sui had broken the green and blue double resistance, and the back test would be, of course, it should hold. I mean, it should hold here and then run, and which is going to be around 245. And theta off the blue and green and red, but it needs to break out. I'll go inside the golden downtrend. Pepe couldn't break the black and golden double resistance. Jasmy inside the blue downtrend. It may touch the red and then rally. And Gala is the final one, which is the red downtrend. It needs to break out. That is the only way. All right, guys, take care. Keep in touch. Bye.